Welcome to Food Travelers. In this episode, we are heading back to Las Vegas and we're hitting up La Cave over at the Wynn Resort. It's a place that, Micah, we really wanted to try so many times, but we haven't had a chance to go to because, at least for the all you can eat, they only open on the weekends.
Yeah, Simon, this was definitely one that I wanted to try for a while, and I'm glad we actually had the chance and the opportunity to try so. And a little bit of information about them. Like Simon said, the brunch is only available on the weekends, Saturdays to Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And they do offer dinners Sunday to Thursday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. The brunch is $54 per guest. Children under 12 years of age is $34 per child. And they do have a limit, and that limit is 90 minutes.
Yeah, and within that 90 minutes, Micah, I thought it was pretty interesting because they have a pretty decent menu. So as you're seeing the menu here, it's everything that's on it. Drinks are a little extra if you want to add that. You can do all you can drink. That's what we did. But you have a pretty decent selection for what you have for the brunch. And what happens is you can actually order some things, but then at the same time, a lot of the waiters or waitresses will come around, ask, would you want to try this? So they'd have stuff that's already made in advance just to walk around to see if somebody wanted to have it at that time. And so that made it a little interesting.
Yeah, and also on their website, they kind of state this restaurant style is called Butler Style Weekend Brunch. And they also put in a little bit of note where they said, due to this Butler Style brunch, where the restaurant goes around with the trays of food to each table, they're unable to make modifications to most food items, and they do have very limited vegan options.
One of the things that I actually really noticed was, like, there was pluses and minuses, of course, for having this Butler Style. One of the pluses was, of course, all the food came in within the 90 minutes you had, so you can try pretty much everything on the menu if you wanted to. I think one of the minuses for me, Micah, was that some of the dishes that came through seemed like they kind of made it a while back. It wasn't as fresh as I would have hoped.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Simon. And also some of the items you do have to actually request for example, is that filet mignon eggs benedict. We were waiting for that specific dish for a while. I remember you were asking, hey, did you order it? And I was like, no, I didn't order it. But we eventually asked for it, and they're like, oh, it's coming out, it's coming out. So eventually that did come out, and that is one of the dishes. Like, I felt like the poached egg was really perfect, was really runny, how you want it. But the filet mignon part, I thought was kind of flavorless in a way, and it was also kind of tough to cut into. And usually you want that kind of medium rare and nice and soft in the center.
Yeah, I think the meats, it kind of missed on pretty much a few of the dishes that they had, and you'll see in the future. I know, Michael, we had, or at least I had, a piece of sausage and it was just dry. I put it in my mouth, all the moisture was gone. I had a tough time chewing. I didn't really enjoy that one. It seemed like a lot of their more, I guess you say, vegan friendly dishes were made a lot better than stuff that had meat in them.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, the sausage was definitely something I did not enjoy. I thought the tater tots were not bad. They're pretty good. I mean, can't really go wrong with tater tots in general. One of the other dishes I did really enjoy was the truffle mushroom grits that they had. I thought it had really good rich flavors with the mushroom and the grits, and it was nice and creamy, had a good aroma to that one.
Yeah, there was hits and misses pretty much. I liked a lot of the pancake dishes. I think those were fine. It seemed like the more simple dishes, things that you didn't have to cook quite to a specific kind of a tenderness, they did really well. But then the meats, like I mentioned before, they were kind of off. And kind of move on to the atmosphere. You saw earlier within the interior, we actually were sitting right next to these two kind of swing seats. We didn't see anybody ever use it, and it would be kind of weird if somebody did use it because it was literally next to our table, so if they actually swung, they might have bumped the table. So for me, it seemed like it was just kind of there just as decoration and not for actual use, even though I think you can actually sit on it and swing.
I think part of those wings is possible that it's used for later in the evening, maybe when they have it as part of the bar, because the bar is right next to our table as well, and maybe that's the type of usage it's for. Um, Going back to this meat, we also had the short rib hash. I thought that was super salty. I mean, it was soft. I mean, it was tender, but it was just so salty. The moment I put it in my mouth, I was like, wow, I don't know how we could finish this one.
Yeah, I was glad that we had the all-you-can-drink drinks because, like I mentioned before, the meats were on the missing side, and so it was nice to be able to wash it down with the sangria. We had both a red and white sangria, and I enjoyed both. Although I thought the red was much more delicious than the white sangria. But yeah, it was nice to have those drinks to wash down the dry meat.
Yeah, I agree. I think having all you can drink is definitely great. I don't think you could go really wrong with either of those sangria choices. I know they do have some other all you can drinks with, I think, some sort of peach tea that I ordered, and I think you ordered the same thing as well. And we both had a sip of it, and we were like, this is not great.
Yeah, that one wasn't a great drink. It would have been nice to try a different one. As you can see here, we actually had the ube pancakes, and I like these. It had this cream that was in the center. I think it was it wasn't really like spread out as well as you can see from mine and your dishes, where you cut through, you didn't have any of the cream. I cut through, I had some, and so the dishes itself, they were a little inconsistent there.
Yeah, when I saw the cream cheese pancake with the ube jam and whipped sweet cream, I thought that was an interesting dish. I mean, it's nice to actually see a ube cream cheese pancake. Not many restaurants actually offer that, at least around here that I've seen. And like Simon said, if you do have that sweet cream in the center, it can taste really sweet and rich, but then again, you got portions of it where there's no cream on it, so it tastes kind of dry.
And then, as you saw there was the grits, and actually that was my favorite dish. I think from the entire menu there, it had a nice earthy flavor. Definitely tasted really well. The mushrooms were great. The grits were really nice. That part I really enjoyed.
But overall, I thought this was a great restaurant. Definitely try it if you're looking for a brunch all you can eat in the Las Vegas area. And to wrap up our video, here are our notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.